Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, you'll see how to password lock your PDF file from your Android app, and we'll be using PSPDFKit dependency for that. So let's begin. We'll create a new project, and probably I'll keep a empty activity. Name this as PDF password lock app. You can name this anything. I'll use the latest API 32 and click finish. Wait for my environment to load. Once the environment loads up, this kind of window will come up. I'll also start my emulator in parallel on the right hand side. Let it come up. Yeah. So first and foremost, let's grant the required permissions. So since we'll be creating the PDF file, so we'll definitely need certain permissions from the user. So permissions like read external storage, definitely we'll need this. I'm not sure why there's a space there. And the other permission could be for the write. I think write should be sufficient, but yeah, definitely we can have read also, no problem about that. And also in the Java method, in the onCreate method itself, will ask the user the access. So the permissions for those we can ask here. So what we can do is we can use something called activity compat dot request permission. I'm not sure why. Yeah. And then in this, of course, the first argument will be the activity, which is current activity, and then we can make a string array over here. So we'll make a string array, new string, and the two permissions which we need is manifest dot permission dot read external storage and manifest dot permission dot write external storage. Yeah, so the ones which we have implemented in our manifest file, same thing we have to bring it here. And the last argument will be, of course, the package manager dot grant permission granted. Yeah. Okay. So this line will be responsible to ask the permission from the user. So next time when we rerun this code, this app, definitely I'm pretty sure the app will throw a request for the permission, seeking the permission. Right now I'll minimize the emulator on the right hand side. I don't think we need it. I'll just also cancel or close the app. And I think my manifest file is done. So now we can start putting the stuffs in our Gradle file, the dependencies in the Gradle file. So we have to modify this to add our dependency, and also we may have to. So as I told in the start, that we'll be using something called PSPDFKit as a library over here. So we may have to add that dependency, and I have also opened their getting a started page here. So if I just quickly highlight the main parts, so we may have to use this there as a maven repository for to get their dependency. So we may have to add this in our settings file. So if I come back to the settings file over here, so I think after maven center, what we can do is we can just add this over here. I'll also put this code in my website, so that shouldn't be a problem. And also for the dependency, I think we have to add uh, I think this one, the dependency. Yeah, so 8.4.0 version is the latest, so we'll be adding that. So for that you should go here, and in the dependency list you can add here, and then sync no. It may take a while to download all the files and all and before it syncs, and then we can start doing our coding over here. So before we start our coding, let's quickly finish our UI. I think I can minimize my project folder as well. I mean the navigation bar on the left hand side, we don't need that. By default it gives text view, which I don't think we require. What we require is a button to create the PDF, so I can just place it somewhere in the middle. Give the required constraints and rename it as create password lock PDF. Yeah, name is a bit bigger, but yeah, it's makes it more clear what we are going to create once we click this button. And we'll also need a text box to give our password. So I'm choosing this password, and the interesting part of this box will be that it will, when the user types a text, it will get converted into that dot or the asterisk sign. so that no one can visualize or see the actual password which is entered here. By default, I don't know why it says edit text password. I think I'll leave it as it is, no problem. And if I scroll down in the hint, I'll just give something like enter password here. Yeah, hint is like the gray part of the text which will come over here. I'll quickly switch back to Java code, and over here I'll define a public void method. I'll say button create password lock PDF view yeah, and I'll associate this particular method in our XML file or the layout. If I scroll down in the on click attribute over here to this particular method, so whenever this button is clicked, this particular method will be called in our Java code. So if you observe, the color of this method change from gray to like slightly bluish. Also, before I proceed, I'll also create a edit text uh, local variable, the Java variable edit text probably password, and this will capture the password. Edit, no, I think find view by ID, the password text box or edit text what we have entered over there. So perfect, this one, yeah. So we'll be using this in our subsequent code whenever we have to access the string which has been entered over here for the password. Perfect. I think this error we can ignore for the time being. We'll just proceed. What we'll also need is a couple of class variables, which is like a basically file, and this will be probably the file or enter so that the required import can happen. This will be the file PDF probably initial, and then file PDF final output. So I'll in the course of the coding you'll understand. So this is the first file which we'll create, which will not be password log, and then we'll recreate this file as the final output, which will be a password log file. So what we'll do is in our on create method itself, we will create these files in our folder. So this will be new file, and over here it will be this dot get external files directory, and here I can choose the environment variable, and that could be for directory documents, okay, because this will be a document. And then I think I can append it, or the second could be the string of the child, which is basically the file name. So the first one was the kind of parent or the folder, and now we can enter the the name of the file. I'll use the calendar command because this will help me to generate the file name based on the time. So I don't want to keep typing the file names again and again, so it's better that I have some kind of dynamic way of creating that, and that's where the timing will be the best one to create in a dynamic way the file name. Okay, so this is for control C control V. I will do it same for the my other file, which is basically the final output. And what I could have done here is, instead of just doing it PDF, or probably I can do one thing. This is the initial file. I can just add like this over here, initial, and this could be final password. I think, yeah, or I can just say password log. Okay, so this is the first file, and the second file could be password log. I think I can just remove the final keyword. I don't want to make the file name pretty long. So yeah, so these two files will get created in my apps directory, which is documents, and the first file, which will not be password log, which will come with initial as a starting, and the second one will be of course the password log, and then something on top of that. I think I can give some a space here, a space here. Okay, that should be fine. Now we have the files created, we have everything here. So let's start the main logic over here. So this particular method what I'm trying to show here will work for any PDF file, even it pre-exists, it will work. But in this code, I will also like to show you how you can also create your own PDF file. So for that, I'll go back to my website only, and I have already created a page on this, how to create and read a PDF file in your Android app. So I'll reuse some part of the code from here. So if I quickly scroll down, I can see in the button create PDF, I think I can reuse this part of the code where I'm creating a PDF document. By the way, this PDF document is a class of the Android library. So it's an inbuilt library. So we are not using any third party over here. So until this point where we are creating the PDF and then we are writing to some file, that should be fine. That's I think until then we can reuse this. So I'll just in fact I'll copy paste the complete this part, and I may have to redo few things or change a few things, but most of the stuff will remain as it is. So alt enter, and I think I will yeah, so make sure here, if you notice, what I did was it was the from the Android library is what I entered and not from the PDF kit. So you will get both the options, but don't use from the PDF kit, use from the Java library. Yeah, this one. Okay, so from developer.android.com. Nevertheless, for paints also, I think you should get only one option, so that shouldn't be a problem. What about this one? Yeah, fine. I don't think okay, this was a part of the previous thing, so I just remove it. That's all, I guess. Yeah, here's the string what we will going to enter over here. So what we can do most likely is the string PDF could be uh, okay. So first, okay, what I can do over here, I'll do few modifications. I'll make it as a two strings. First could be again the calendar dot, or I can just copy paste this part, two strings. So yeah, Control C and Control V, and then Control C, Control V, Control V, and then the second string could be some kind of text. Say from example, hello programmer world. Okay, now we'll be writing this, or we'll be creating a particular PDF file with these two strings over here. So I don't think I'll need x and y over here. I'll just remove it, and I will also not need any kind of for loop, any kind of this, and I'll just use the directly the page canvas. Control X, Control V. I don't know why I missed the Control X, and I'll just Control V, Control V twice. So in the first time, what I'll do is instead of line, I'll just use the string PDF1, and X could be 10, Y could be probably 100. Yeah, and paint I will leave it as it is. For the second line, okay, so this is one by one the line is starting, and that's what in my other code I had done it is in a for loop, but here I'm doing it a bit different. Yeah, I'm doing it one by one because I don't want to focus on this part more. I just want to create some PDF and proceed. So I've given the y as x will start at the same point, which is number 10 at the 10th place, 10th index onwards. Whereas y is the vertical column where I want to proceed then after few gaps of around 60 points. Okay. Nevertheless, so once PDF document is created, I think I will use the initial file to write this, which is I have created a path over here. Yeah, perfect. So if I run this code, it will definitely create a file name file with whatever the content which we are feeding in here with this initial, but it won't be a password log file. So let's start password mechanism below. Password mechanism below. Yeah. So below I'm explaining how to lock this, make this as a password lock, and for that I'll be using this PSPDFKit library. So for that, what I'll do is I will need something called PDF document again. And if you observe, no, yeah, of course we get two options. One is from the Android graphics, and the other one is from PSPDF document. So above what we have created here was from Android graphics, but this one we will use is from the PSPDF document. So select the second one, and since there is the class conflict here, so it will automatically, of course, the ID, the Android Studio will automatically expand it to differentiate between this and this. But that shouldn't be much of our problem as of now. And what we can do is we can just name it as a PS PDF document. Yeah, and what we can do is we can use PDF document. No, of course not. I think I'm looking for something as document loader dot. Yeah, this is what I was looking from. Then the second argument could be open document, and here the first is context, which is definitely the current context, and then the UD of the file which want to open it. So we can use UD from file, and we can use the initial file because we are reopening that file into this for the PSPDF document, and we will start putting the password. I think if we get some warning here for surrounding with try catch, definitely do it. Just click on this and on this fix, and it will take care of bringing the try catch. Now we'll do our coding in this try catch. So once we have this PSPDF document in our this particular variable, what we can do is we can create something called PDF processor task, and I think I should press Alt Enter so that the necessary import is taken care. And PDF processor task, and what else can I do is I can just create this PDF processor task dot from document, and the document which we have just now created above, we can use that PSPDF document, and it will create a respective task for that. And now we have to create something called document save options. Again, I think these things are not prompting because unless you type it completely, it will not know which libraries to import, since these are not a default libraries of the Android. These are of PSPDFKit. Nevertheless, let's proceed. So document options, and this could be from my document above PSPDF document dot get default document save options. Perfect. And now since we have the document save options, we'll no, I think I do something document save options which we have. So here what we'll do is we'll set the password in this, and the password could be anything. I mean, we can set, but I think what we can do over here, we can get the password from our edit text password, which we have previously created this edit text password, which is basically coming from this edit text view, and we can get the text to string. So this will capture my password over here in this save options, and then we can use the save options to rewrite into a new file. So for that, what we can do is we can have some kind of PDF processor. I think it's not coming here. No, I don't think I need this PDF processor dot, and then we can process the document, so which is basically the second option. And over here it's asking first is a task, so our task is basically the PDF processor task, and then the second output is the output file. So over here we'll use the second file, basically the final output, and then the third option is the save option. So it's important, the third option, because we are setting the password in our documents save options, so we'll have to use it to enable the file which is being generated here in this particular line to get the passwords whatever we are setting over here. Okay, so that's all, I guess. What we can also do is quickly we can create a toast just for seeing that whatever output we are yeah, if it's successful or not. So we can PDF created successfully, and then the third option could be that duration is what I guess. So I just get length long and short. Perfect. Yeah, and probably what I'll do is I'll again copy this, Control C, and I'll come back to the catch part, and here PDF creation failed. So at least a toast comes up and I know which part of the code has been triggered. So I think that's all. I'll run the code again in the emulator. I have already triggered it in the emulator on the right hand side. Let me just bring up the emulator and wait for the emulator to load. In the meantime, I'll just do a quick cleanup of the code a little bit here and there. Yeah, perfect. So it looks good. Okay, on the right hand side now, if I see, it's asking whether my app should get the access to photos and medias to device or not. Just click allow. And now let me test it. So of course I'll just enter some password. Let me start with a password of programmer and click on this. So I got a toast PDF created successfully, which is basically this line number 92. And now let me quickly go to the file files menu where this PDF would have got created. So go inside the files, then inside this go to your internal memory, Android data, and over here you should look for the folder of your particular app. So your app name, you can scroll up. So your app name is of course PDF password lock app. So there will be a folder with all of this. So I think this is the last folder for my this particular app. So com.programmerworld, of course this complete name comes up over here, and then PDF password lock app, which is basically this one. So inside this you'll get files, documents. Perfect. And if you can see, there are two files which are created. One is initial setup, which is basically is coming from line number 46, and the second one is line number 50. So let's open one by one. So first I'll open this, which shows the date and the hello programmer world. So basically these are the two lines, line number 62 and 60, which we hard coded. If I go back quickly and try to open it up, it's asking for the file is protected, password protected, and I have to enter the password. So I think the password was programmer, which is my channel name. So it says incorrect. Let me try again. Okay, I hope this time is correct. Perfect, it's correct. It opened up and the same text is coming here. Of course, since we are using the evaluation version of PSPDFKit, so it's putting that also as a heading. But nevertheless, I just wanted to show how easy it is to enable the password. So if I go back here and if I click here, it will ask for the password, and of course I'll zoom it here just to make sure that we all are able to see. So I'll just enter the password again and click on open, and yeah, this is the file which comes up. Yeah, so that's all is what I guess I wanted to show here. That is so easy to create a password lock window. I'll just keep it like this so that yeah, this is what in the screenshot I like to put up. And just to reiterate, it's pretty simple. We just need this particular document save options to be created for the PSPDF kit, and then we need to set the password at this line. We can either hardcode in our code itself, or we can take it as a user input from the UI, and then we can use that document save options to create our or process the document in a new file. So that's all. This part of the code is important. So that's all. I hope this video is useful to you. I'll put all the code and all the details on my website. Please refer to it. If you have any questions or suggestions with respect to this tutorial, please put in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.